Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel, we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their daily chart. It's important that you know these areas before you buy any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. And also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options trading, you're definitely going to want to get familiar with support and resistance and this channel. Just to let you know, I am not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. Now, I also provided a link in the description for Webull. You could go ahead and use that to start an account and you'll get 2 free stocks. I also provided a link for Robinhood. If you use that, you could start an account and get 1 free stock. And just to let you know, I will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation for a video, leave a comment below and I will try to get to it. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. Okay, so let's get into the market today. Today is September 9th, 2021. You could see here the S&P 500 is down in the red today, 0.37%. The Dow is also down 0.40%, and the NASDAQ is pretty much flat on the day, down 0.1%. Okay, so red day in the market overall. Not much going on today. Hopefully we finish the week out tomorrow on a better note. All right, so let's get into the stock I wanted to take a look at. I got a couple requests to do this one, Ocean Power Technology. So I'm going to be going over their chart today. But at the time of this recording, Ocean Power Technologies is trading at $1.98. It's down 1 cent on the day, which is the equivalent of about 0.5%. In the past week, this stock is down a little bit over 10%. In the past month, it's down almost 2%. So not a good week, being down over 10%. But all in all, in the past month, it's only down 2%. However, in the past 3 months, this stock is down almost 24.5% right now. So not good going back 3 months. But in the past year, it is still up over 85%. So you're still doing good if you bought in a year ago. But if you just got in recently, you know, you've seen this stock slowly starting bleeding out since around the time of February here where we had that correction in the NASDAQ. So if you take a look at the stock here, or the chart, I mean, you could see here, back in May of last year, it was trading around 32 cents to 50 cents here. So under $1, and this stock made a run to hit a 52-week high of $7.30, and it hit that on January 25th of earlier this year. So that's a huge run up, you know, going from under $1 to over $7 here. And as you could see, you know, this stock was on a nice little trend here, going back to around, it looks like August of last year, and ever since it hit those all-time highs, it was on a very nice little trend on the daily chart. You could see clearly here the uptrend. You could draw a trend line from here all the way up, and it was just following along that trend line, hitting higher highs and lower lows on the way up. So that was a very nice looking chart here. You could just clearly see the higher highs right in here, and the lower lows on its way up. It almost looks like a stair-step pattern going up, ultimately to hit that all-time high of $7.30. Before falling back down here on the right side of this chart. So taking a closer look, let me zoom in for you guys, and you can see here I have my first resistance line right at $5.80. That's where we're going to need to get back up to if we want to see this thing make new all-time highs. You could see we were never able to close above that point there at $5.80. So if it does get back up to that area, we're going to need to see it get above there and close above and to move on to new highs, because that's going to be a resistance point in the future. Okay, now going down our chart, our first support on the way down from those all-time highs was around $4.20 here. There was a little bit of consolidation. You had a nice bounce right off those all-time highs and a nice little recovery, almost making a double top here back in the end of January into early February. So you had pretty much a double top, and then the stock blew through that support line. Okay, so that will act as resistance moving forward around $4.20. You could see after the double top here, it went down, and then it tried to retest that area, and it ran into resistance there. And also that was where the 50-day moving average was here in the dark blue. Okay, so keep an eye on that area in the future when we do get into another uptrend. Going down from there, we did have another support around $3.40. You could see on the way up, when it was stair-stepping its way up here, that was a strong resistance point around $3.40. So now, since we've gotten below that point, it is acting as resistance again. You could see it tried to retest that once it dropped below that area, and it failed once, and it came back up again trying to retest that there here in the beginning of July, it looks like, and it failed again. So that's going to be a very big point in the future, very big price point that we're going to need to get through if we want to see this get back up to those highs around $7 there. All right, now going down our chart, the next support area is going to be around $1.80, and that is looking like our support area that has been holding up just recently here. You could see when we came down, we hit off that area, and then we had a nice bounce. Coming down again, bounced off of that support, and then we had a little bit of a bounce here, and it looks like we've been consolidating right along that support line around $1.80 here. Okay, so that's going to be our major support area here. We need to hold up on this support because we are below the 200-day moving average here. You can see we lost that back in May, and we've never been able to recover it since then. That 200-day moving average here in the yellow is acting as resistance now. You could see once we lost it, we traded back up to it, and we failed to break back through there. So that's going to be also another big point for this stock. If it wants to regain momentum here, we're going to need to see a break of that 200-day moving average, okay? Because that is acting as major resistance at this point. Now, we're also currently below our 50-day moving average here in the dark blue. We lost that around the beginning of July, and we've never been able to recover it since then. So that's going to be our first hurdle, is getting back above our 50-day moving average, before we could move on to that 200-day moving average there in the yellow. So we'll keep looking at that. But another thing I wanted to point out on my chart, you could see I have two trend lines drawn, one in the green, and that is representing our uptrend that we've been on since around May of last year. You could see that we have been following this steady uptrend, and we've been consolidating right along our trend line here and our support line also. They're pretty close together there. So we've been slowly crawling up our uptrend line, but also we are maintaining below our downtrend line here in the red. And you could see that we've tested this downtrend line once, twice, and a third time, and we've failed to break through there. So it looks like in the next couple weeks here, around the end of September, these two trend lines are going to cross, and the stock is going to have to pick which one it's going to follow. It's either going to have to break above this downtrend here in the red and continue along our green trend line to the upside, and ultimately that would mean a break of the 50-day moving average and some momentum gain to move up to our 200-day moving average, or we are going to break our green trend line, which is our uptrend, and ultimately means we are going to follow this downtrend down, and most likely we will break our support also, since they are so close together at the $1.80 mark, meaning that we would probably be looking at dropping down towards this 80-cent level here, which is our next major support area. So we'll keep an eye on that in the next couple weeks here. Now I just want to switch over to our weekly chart, and looking at our weekly chart here, you could pretty clearly see that our 21 period moving average here in the light blue is following our red downtrend line. So that is what's acting as resistance for this stock. And we're going to need to break through that if we want to see this thing break out of that downtrend. Now also, during the correction we just had in the NASDAQ, we also were holding on this 50 period moving average on the weekly chart, but it looks like we dropped below there back in the middle of July here, and we've never been able to regain that. So we're going to need to get back above that also, because that was acting as major support. Now that will act as major resistance. And the only thing holding this stock up, it looks like, is our $1.80 support. So that's going to be very important going forward that we hold that $1.80 mark there. I want to see this thing get above this 8 period moving average, which is this white line right here, this white moving average. You could see that, we're going to need that to gain some momentum going forward if we want to get back above this blue line right here, this 50 period moving average on our weekly chart. But you could clearly see the downtrend on our weekly chart with the 21 period moving average acting as resistance. So that'll be very important going forward to break above that and hold above there if we want to see this gain some momentum and ultimately get back to around this $3.40 area where there is major resistance there. So I'll switch back over to our daily chart, and it looks like we've pretty much covered everything on this one. If you guys like the video, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps me out and helps out the channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new videos like this. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time on Chart Stoppers.